yin style flow for today. So grab a set of blocks. Grab a strap if you have one. If not, you can use a towel. You can use a long band. And then a bolster or a pillow if you're like me and don't have a bolster at home. Um, we are going to start, and again, this will be like our yin style. We're going to start on our back this morning. Now you can draw the soles of your feet together, butterflying your knees out. You can extend your legs out long, heels so their toes fall open. You can allow your palms up towards the ceiling, pinkies in, thumbs out. Maybe bringing one hand to your heart, one hand to your belly. And just focusing here on your breath. Maybe setting an intention for what you'd like to achieve during class, maybe after class, and just closing your eyes. Noticing as your belly rises and belly falls with your exhale. Tuning into your breath. Continuing with that breath. On your next full exhale, let it all go. Begin to seal your lips, breathing in and out through your nose. Belly continues to rise and fall with your breath. On your inhale, feeling your belly, ribs, lungs, all the way to the top. When you get there, hold it for a second, and then let it all go, breathing out through your nose, allowing you to create heat within your body this morning using just your breath. If your mind starts to wander during class, which it likely will, just try to come back to that focus. Come back to your intention that you set at the beginning of class. Stay here for a few more breaths. Let it all go. Begin to wiggle your fingers, wiggle your toes. If you had drawn the soles of your feet together, go ahead and extend your legs out long. Reach your arms overhead. Long line of energy. Reaching your fingertips past the crown of your head. Toes reaching long towards the bottom of your mat. Inhale, lengthen. On your exhale, draw your legs over to the left side. Crossing your left ankle over the right. Draw your upper body, shoulders, arms, fingertips over to the left side. Left hand grabs right wrist. Try pressing both shoulders in towards the floor. Both hips relax in towards your mat, making a banana shape with your body over to the left side. Continue with your breath here. You're welcome to close your eyes or keep them open. Your inhale, try lengthening your limbs. On your exhale, melt in towards your mat. Keep the bind of your hands, release your left foot on the floor. Now crossing your right ankle over the left, a deeper hip stretch, and then bend a little bit deeper with your upper body. Still in that banana shape, over to the left side. Your right shoulder begins to lift up, or if you're holding any tension in that right hip, try to press it back into the floor, relax back into the mat. Holding here and breathing. Your next full exhale, let it all go. Gently come back to center. Reach your toes long. Reach your arms past the crown of your head. Deep inhale. Maybe create a tiny arch in your lower back. On your exhale, walk your feet over to the right side of your mat, maybe slightly off of your mat, and then crossing your right ankle over the left. Gently walk your wrist, your shoulders, your chest over to the right side. Right hand grabs left wrist. Try pressing both shoulders and both hips into the floor. This time making that crescent moon shape with your body over to the right side. Relaxing your toes, your ankles. Relax your thighs. Full inhale. Full exhale. Keeping the bind of your hands, gently relax your right foot on the floor. This time crossing your left ankle over the right. Feeling that deeper stretch all along the outer left hip. Maybe bend your upper body a little bit further over to the right, deepening that stretch. Here for a few more breaths. Gently release your bind. Walk your hands and your legs back to center, full body stretch. Gently draw your knees in towards your chest. You can bind your hands on your shins, on the backside of your thighs. Also a great opportunity to use that strap. And just curl yourself into a tight ball. Maybe you're rolling side to side, if that feels comfortable. Keeping your right knee in towards your right shoulder, extend your left leg long. Relax your shoulders in towards the floor. Flex your left toes to press your left calf closer towards the floor. You can point, flex, circle out your right ankle. Maybe wiggle your toes. Avoiding your right rib cage by drawing your right knee up and out towards your right shoulder. Wind removing pose on the right side. Neck is resting flat on the floor. If you'd like to try a more active stretch, tuck your chin to your chest, hover your left leg. You are also more than welcome to keep your left leg and both shoulders pressed in towards the floor. Navel's pulled deep in towards your spine, continuing with your breath. Wherever you are, hold it for 3, 2, gently release your shoulders and your left leg if they were lifted. With your left hand, gently guide your right knee through the center and over to the left side of your body. You can rest that right knee on a block, on a bolster, or hover it. You can also tap the floor. You want a deeper stretch, maybe gently look over your right shoulder, reaching your right arm long. You can also bend your right arm, bringing your palm up, just like a cactus. Holding here and supine twist, using any props that you'd like. Inhale, reach your right knee further to the left, right hand further to the right. On your exhale, draw that right knee closer towards the floor or any prop, drawing your right shoulder closer towards the floor. Deepening that twist on each breath. Gently release your bind, coming back to center. Tuck both knees in towards your chest. Curl yourself into a tight ball. Same thing here, you can grab your shins, you can grab the back side of your thighs, tucking your chin to your chest, maybe rolling side to side. As you release your shoulders, bind your hands around your left shin. Extend your right leg long, flexing your right foot to allow your right calf to press deeper in towards the floor. Drawing your left knee up and out, avoiding your rib cage. Knee towards the outer left shoulder. You can point, flex, maybe wiggle your left toes. Toes on the left side. You are more than welcome to stay here. If you'd like to make it an active stretch, you can tuck your chin to your chest, hover your shoulders, and hover your right leg off the floor. Navel's pulled in towards your spine, lower back pressed into the floor. Wherever you're at, holding and breathing. With your shoulders and right leg are lifted, gently release them down towards the floor. With your right hand, gently grab the outside of your left knee, pull it through the center and over to the right side, allowing that left knee to hover. You can release it to the floor. You can release it to a block or a bolster. Maybe reaching your left arm long. Maybe gently gazing over your left shoulder. You can also bend your left elbow, making it into a cactus shape. Using any props that you'd like. Supine twist on the left side. Sitting on your inhales. On your exhales, twisting a little bit deeper. I'll turn the volume down just a little bit. Still holding that supine twist. You try Allow your left shoulder to press in towards the floor. Gently come back to center. Draw both knees in towards your chest using the strap, grabbing your shins or your thighs. Maybe rocking side to side. From here, continue to hold the back side of your thighs, or you can bring your hands towards the outer knife edge, finding your happy baby. Knees tracking towards the outer rib cage, soles of your feet up towards the ceiling. You can rock side to side here. You can come into any happy baby variation that feels comfortable for you. Maybe ninja baby, extending one leg and drawing the sole into the other. Just going to turn so I have a little bit more space. And of course, what you do on one side, repeating on the other. You're welcome to come to a wide leg straddle, allowing both legs to track out beyond your hips. Great opportunity to use that strap here as well. You're welcome to draw the soles of the feet to touch, butterflying the knees open. Also do a single leg happy baby by keeping one leg up towards the ceiling and releasing one leg long. Maybe it hovers, maybe your heel, your calf graze the floor. This is a great hip flexor stretch. Holding here and breathing. And of course, switching sides. Maybe taking note how one side may feel different than the other. Any happy baby variation here that feels comfortable for you. Gently come back to your happy baby. Maybe rocking side to side. Together, crossing your ankles or keeping your feet parallel. We're just going to rock and roll a few times along our spine. You can rock one time. You can rock 3 times. On the last one, maybe hovering, holding. Maybe drawing your arms out to a V. Holding for 3, 2, and 1. Gently releasing your hands, releasing your feet. We're going to find a comfortable seated position. Allow the soles of your feet to come together and toward the butterfly. From here, you can place a block underneath each knee that's comfortable for you. Great opportunity for that bolster or pillow. With the knees butterflied, drawing your bolster or pillow long ways between your hips and your heels. Gently folding that pillow or bolster down and then folding forward. Resting your chin, your nose, or your forehead on the bolster. You can also stack the blocks and just resting your chin, maybe your forehead. Holding here. A seated butterfly forward fold. Allowing your knees to fall towards the floor. Your inhales, lengthen your spine. On your exhales, fall a little bit deeper. Allowing your knees to fall closer towards the earth. Relaxing your shoulders from your ears. Hold here for one more breath. Next inhale, gently rise up. Release the blocks, the bolster, any props that you were using off to the side. We're going to send our legs out long. Coming to seated caterpillar. Zipping your legs together. You can use that bolster or pillow on top of your legs. Great opportunity for that strap. Gently wrap it around your arches, grabbing the end of that strap, and then folding forward with a long spine. So starting with your shoulders stacked over your hips. Inhale, lengthen, crown of your head towards the ceiling. Exhale as if someone's pressing your hips towards your toes. Flexing your feet, keeping your head lifted, folding all the way as far as you can. And then when you get there, release your chin, your nose, or your forehead toward your toes. Alternatively, you could place a block behind your feet, giving you more length to hold on to. You can also have a slight bend in those knees, folding forward, maybe placing a block underneath your knees, bringing your toes a little closer towards you. Inhale, think lengthening your shoulders, further distance from your hips, lengthening tall. On your exhales, think folding deeper in towards the crown of your head, towards your toes. Your arms can remain straight. You can also find a bend in those elbows. Relaxing your shoulders from your ears. Caterpillar stretch. You're welcome to stay here, keeping your gaze down towards your knees, your shins, your toes. Or you can gently look over your left shoulder. To the left, you want to come back through center. This time looking over your right shoulder. Center. Hold it here for a few more breaths. Inhale, gently release your bind. Inhale, roll up. Set any of those props off to the side. Again, from a seated position. This time we're going to draw the legs wide. So coming to a wide-legged forward fold, also known sometimes as dragonfly. You can place a block underneath each knee, resting those heels a little bit closer towards you. You can also just hold the bend in the legs or straighten. I like to use the blocks here to walk my hands out a little bit further. You can use the bolster here to prop it up long ways, or a sturdy pillow. Mine's a little bit left. You can gently fold forward, placing your forehead on that bolster, or alternatively on those blocks at any setting you like, high, medium, or low. 1 block, 2 blocks. You can even use more than 2 blocks if you have them handy. The point here is you want both hips to press in towards the floor. So you notice that you're lifting up on one hip or both hips. Gently come back to starting position. And you rock the hips side to side. Make sure both sit bones are pressed firmly into the floor. This is really a rotator hip stretch here. And then you're hinging forward. You're keeping a long spine. Maybe walking your hands, those blocks, the bolster out. Making sure that both hip bones are pressed in towards the floor. You can always have that bend in the knees as well as you hinge forward. Maybe try holding that bend in the knee as you walk forward and slowly inching your heels away from your hips. Maybe taking out that bend in your knees. Maybe your toes rotate down towards the floor. As you progress in your breaths, try rotating your arches open, allowing your hip flexors to open a little bit more. Wherever you are, holding and breathing. You can walk your arms out as far as you'd like. When you're in that forward fold, maybe try walking your hands over to your right foot. actively pressing your left hip in towards the floor. Hold it for the exhale. Gently walk your hands through center. And this time, if you tried it on the right, maybe walking your hands over to the left side. Gently walking your hands back through center. Hold it here for a few more breaths. Full inhale, gently walk your hands in towards your hips, sitting up nice and tall. Set any of those props off to the side, keeping your left leg long. Draw the sole of your right foot in towards your left leg. You can place a block underneath that left knee if you'd like. Flexing your left toes, sweep both arms up high. Exhale, release your left hand to the inside of your left leg. Side bend over to the left side. Stacking that right shoulder over the left. You have that strap handy. You can place it around the arch of your left foot. And with your right hand, hold on to that other side of the strap, really opening up your chest here. So if you're collapsing your chest, if your right shoulder rolls forward, using that strap, holding that arm up high. Eventually you can straighten that right arm. Here for a few more breaths. You can always have a bend in that left knee. Gently release your bind. Set your props off to the side. Grab that block. Place it behind your right hip. Place your right hand on that block. Inhale, lift your hips high. Reach your left arm up and back. Pressing your hips forward. Sealing the inside of your left leg, left foot in towards the floor. Hold it here for one more breath. On your exhale, gently lower your hips down. If you have a bend back into that left knee or keep it straight, sweep both arms up high. This time, rotate over your left leg and then fold forward. So this time we're framing the left leg. You can place that block underneath your left knee, or just have a bend in that left knee, or it can be straight. You can grab that strap, place it around the arch of your left foot. Elbows can be bent or straight, hinging forward. You can place a block behind your left foot, creating length along that left leg, reaching for the back side of that block. You're not able to reach that block, but you want to try keeping your arms straight. You can place that block behind your foot, reach that strap behind the block, and then fold forward. Block behind the foot with a strap is a great option if you have little legs and longer arms like me. That way you can keep your arms straight, focusing on that forward fold. When you're ready, you can bend into those elbows. Hold it here for 2 more breaths. As your bind, set your props off to the side and slowly roll up 1 vertebrae at a time, keeping your right foot in towards your left thigh. Cross your left foot in front of the right. So maybe sealing the left sole of your left foot in towards your right shin. Sweep both arms up high. Maybe rock your sit bones, make sure they're both pressed in towards the floor. And then fold forward. You can bring your hands to the floor. You can bring your hands to blocks. You can place that bolster on your ankles and then fold forward. This is a great hip stretch here. By reaching your fingertips long as both hips stay pressed in towards that floor. You can also place your hands on those blocks at any height. And then just walk your hands out, keeping your shoulders lifted. Gently gazing down towards the floor. If that right hip starts to lift up, gently rock to the left side. From here, walk your hands over towards the right side, maybe framing your right knee. Try to keep both arms straight on the floor or on blocks. On your next inhale, walk your hands back through center. Continue walking those blocks or your hands over to the left side. Maybe as if you're framing your left knee. Here is to keep that right hip into the floor. Walk back to center. And walk your hands in towards the third line of your body. Set your props off to the side. Keeping that left leg in, extend your right leg long. Maybe tuck the left sole of that foot in towards your right thigh. You can bend into that right knee. You can place a block under that knee, flexing your right toes. You can also use that strap here. We're going to sweep both arms up high. As you exhale, release your right hand to the inside of your right leg. Left arm reaches up high overhead. So avoid allowing your chest to collapse. You want that left shoulder stacked directly over the right. If you have that strap, you can place it around the arch of your right foot, and with your top left hand, grabbing both sides of that strap and opening up your shoulder. Just gently gaze now underneath your left armpit. Holding and breathing. Rise up. Release the block and that strap if you had one. Set one block to the outside of your left hip. Place your left hand on top of that block. Lift your hips. Sweep your hips forward. Right arm comes up and back, sealing the inside of your right foot on the floor. Hold it here for another breath. Full inhale. On your exhale, gently release your hips down. Slow and steady. Sweep both arms up high. Flex your right toes. Bend into that right knee. Place the block under that right knee if you'd like, or keep it straight. Gently rotate, looking over your right leg. And then fold forward. grabbing your right thigh, your right calf, your right ankle, your right foot, using any props that you'd like. You can place that strap around the arch of your right foot and just folding forward. If you'd like to add length, place the block behind the sole of the right foot, folding forward, grabbing behind that block. If you'd like to try keeping your arms straight, keep that block behind your right foot, grabbing that strap as close as you can towards your foot or that block, and then folding forward. Both sit bones are pressed in towards the floor. All go. Set your props off to the side, keeping the left foot bent, drawing your right knee bent, drawing the sole of your right foot to the top of your left shin, using those blocks, the bolster if you'd like. Make sure both sit bones are pressed in towards the floor, and then walk your hands on the floor or on blocks forward, coming to that forward fold. You want to keep your chest and shoulders lifted, use those blocks. Alternatively, you can also place your hands on the floor, getting closer in towards your mat. On your inhales, lengthen the crown of your head away from your body, away from your hips. On your exhales, allow your hips to fall in towards the floor, allowing your knees to get closer towards your mat. And then walk your hands over to the left side, maybe framing your left knee. Try squaring up your shoulders. Exhale, gently walk your hands through center. Continuing over to the right side. Bringing your right knee, actively pressing both sit bones in towards the floor, knees falling towards the earth. All go. Can you walk your hands back through center? Walk your hands back towards your hips. We're going to find a tabletop position with your wrists directly under your shoulders. You can place your hands on the floor or on blocks. From here, tuck your toes, hammock your belly, lift your gaze. Deep inhale. On your exhale, untuck your toes, round your spine, press the earth away, dome your back. Inhale, tuck your toes, hammock your belly. Exhale, press the earth away. Keep the top shoelace portion of each foot pressed in towards the floor. As you come through, finding your cow, spiral your elbow creases up to the top of your mat. Inhale, gaze up, look up. Exhale, press it away. One more time, just like that. Full inhale. And full exhale. Back to a neutral spine. Draw your knees wide. Draw your toes to touch and sink your hips towards your heels. Reaching your fingertips long. Excuse me. Finding your child's pose. You can keep your hands on blocks, elevating your shoulders. At any time, you can release your hands towards the floor. Coming back to your breath. Now reach your right arm high. Exhale, thread your right arm under and through the left side body. Coming into thread the needle in child's pose. Inhale, reach your right arm high. Exhale, release your right hand to the floor or to that block. Inhale, reach your left arm high. Exhale, thread it under and through the right side body. Gently looking under your right arm. Inhale, reach your left arm high. Exhale, release it to the block or to the floor. Inhale, press up, find your tabletop. Lower your left or right hip. Set any of your props off to the side. And we're going to find a comfortable laying position on our back. If you'd like, you can find supported fish pose by placing one of the blocks just along your spine, elevating your chest, allowing your head to fall back. Toes can extend long. You can butterfly your knees out, bringing the soles of your feet to touch. You can alternately place a block underneath your hips or underneath your ankles. Holding here and breathing. Finding your final resting pose in Shavasana. Your fingers, wiggle your toes. Any props that you had previously used, go ahead and set them off to the side and then melting back in towards the floor. Your knees in towards your chest. Curl yourself into a tight ball. Rock and roll yourself one time. Find a comfortable seated position. Sweep both arms up high. One cactus. Exhale, lift your gaze. Inhale, reach. Exhale, release your right hand to your left knee, gently looking over your left shoulder. Inhale, come back through center. Exhale, left hand to right knee, gently looking over your right shoulder. Inhale, back through center. Exhale, hands to heart. Awesome work today. Thank you all for allowing me to share my yin style practice with you all today. Hope you have a fantastic rest of your weekend. If I don't see you, Happy New Year. Namaste.